Hello, hello, and welcome to our channel. If you're new here, I am Aubrey, the mama of the Rod Squad. We've got me and my husband Guillermo and 7 kiddos running around. And today I'm going to show you how to make chicken broth. So if you're interested in healthy living, lifestyle types of videos, then go ahead and subscribe and we'll see you around. All right, so I just pulled out my chicken broth making supplies out of the freezer. And if you saw my last food prep video, you will see why you need to put them in the freezer. Because sometimes I leave them in the fridge and I kind of forget about it, or days get away from me and then they go bad and I have to throw them away. So we just saved this old tamale bag and I've got several little bags of chicken bones and a new secret that is really just gonna take chicken broth to a whole new level. I've only done it once so far and it was so rich and so golden and just so perfect. It's actually chicken feet. Yep, chicken feet. So I went to Kroger and asked them for chicken feet and Sprouts and various places, but I finally found them at a Mexican type grocery store called El Rancho. You definitely call around. I'm sure if there's like a local butcher or something, you can find some, but I bought a pack of I don't know, a lot of chicken feet, and I just put 4 in each bag. And so I'm just gonna put 4 chicken feet in with my bones, and I'm gonna show you how I do that and what I add to it to just really pull out all the nutrients from the bone so that your bone broth is really nutrient dense, is really golden, and sometimes it gets this perfect gelatin that comes out also, which is great. I have the same process that I use time after time after time. It's never failed. So let me go ahead and jump right in and show you guys how to make some homemade bone broth. I am using an Instapot today, but you can also use a crock pot or do this on the stove. It's just much faster in the Instapot. So basically all I've done is I put all of my bones inside. This was from chicken legs and chicken thighs that we ate, so I did 2 little Ziploc bags full. But if you have a whole chicken, you can just do 1 whole chicken, and then again I added those chicken feet in there. Now I'm just gonna go fill this sucker up with water. All right, there we go. All it is right now is bones, chicken feet, and water. You can get fancy with it. You can add carrots, you can add some peppercorns, you could add celery or onion. I choose not to do that just because I feel like it doesn't change the flavor that much. And then the vegetables are super duper mushy at the end, and I found that we barely ever ate them. Very rarely ever ate them. As I was trying to say, when I would make the vegetables in the bone broth, I don't feel like it changed the flavor, but then we very rarely ate the vegetables because of how mushy they were. Now recently, I got a little creative and I blended up some sweet potato and overly, boo, Guillermo says boo, but I blended it up. He didn't even know, you guys, he didn't even know. I blended up sweet potato and mushy carrots in the blender, and I added it with some tomato sauce, and I made shepherd pie, and it was really good, and nobody knew it was in there. So you can get creative and you can find ways to use the super mushy vegetables, or if you have a baby who's just learning to eat, that would be perfect. But for the average person, I feel like sometimes those vegetables will just get thrown in the trash because again, they're like mush. So I just make it without, and that's fine. I just have the regular bones and the water and then the secret ingredient. And here we go. All right, the secret ingredient is apple cider vinegar. And I don't even measure it, guys. I'm just gonna pour it in here. It's about probably 2 tablespoons. And that just helps extract all of the minerals and such from the actual bones so that you're getting the most nutrient dense bone broth that you can. It's just that simple. All right, so with the Instapot, I just put push soup or broth. It's on 40 and it automatically turns itself on in 30 seconds. And that's really all I do. All right, so if you are making it with a crock pot, then you're gonna do the same process, but you're gonna leave it for 12 to 24 hours, preferably. The longer it goes. At the end initially, and I'll show y'all at the end, you should be able to crush the bones in your fingers. It's actually pretty cool. So if you need to add water along the way, because I know sometimes a crock pot can let off so much steam that your water's evaporating, so feel free to add more water. If you're checking it after 12 hours that it seems like the water level has gone down, just add a cup or 2 of water and keep going. But if you have an Instapot, I highly recommend doing it in an Instapot because again, Guillermo hates the smell that the chicken broth makes the house. So he's in the floor, he's like, absolutely. But The Instant Pot contains it all, and when I open it, you can smell it, but it's not like an all-day process of smelling chicken broth. So I really like the Instant Pot, and then I'll show y'all the end result. And there we have it, deliciously golden chicken broth. Now all you need to do is strain it. Just be careful because it does splash and it is very, very hot. And the final test, look there. You can just smash the bones. It's really pretty amazing. Now it's time to store your chicken broth. I usually put mine in a mason jar, but you can use Tupperware or even cleaned out yogurt containers. You can leave it in the refrigerator for 3 to 5 days, or you can store it in the freezer. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. We'll see you next time.